Rich, the Arizona Wildman. Today, I'm going to show you how to make a simple mast holder out of an everyday speaker stand and about $12 worth of PVC from your local hardware store. It'll help save your back and may help prevent you killing your buddy next time you go to put that mast up if you happen to drop it. Stick around, I'll show you.
For today's project, you're going to need an everyday speaker stand. The one I like happens to be made by a company that the name rhymes with a man's first name. This man is a country singer. His last name is Lovett. And the company who manufactures this, their first initial is P as in Peter. In addition, you're going to need about 2 feet of 1 1/4 inch PVC. You'll need a T, 2 elbows, and 2 caps. You'll also want a tape measure, a rubber mallet, as well as a PVC cutter, or you could use a hacksaw if you don't have a PVC cutter, and the glue is optional.
All right, today's project is going to be super simple. I'm going to admit I didn't come up with this idea on my own. My buddy Chris Picknally has been doing this for a while, and I saw his stand. I loved it because I was trying to have my 13-year-old hold the mast for me. I would then try and bounce it up, hoist it onto my shoulder, and then walk the mast up. My buddy Chris had went ahead and found this, came up with the idea on it. I'm just copying him, and I'm the one making the video. So what you're going to need to do today, 2 feet of PVC. What I did is I went ahead and for putting these parts together here, I just went ahead and cut this at 2.5 inches is what I did. I did that also for the other side at 2.5 inches. On the top up here, I made this 4 inches, so then that way it can go in here, the cap can go on here. The caps I was going to leave off, but then I realized the advantage is if it's raining, you don't get water going down in there, coming down into the speaker stand and rusting your speaker stand. The glue is totally optional. The PVC generally is going to be a nice tight fit anyways. However, if you don't want it to move on you, you don't want to have to worry about also one day the thing falling over and pieces going flying everywhere. Glue it together. Super simple as far as using hot glue to glue it together. What you're going to end up doing here is, the thing I like about this speaker stand is this part comes out of the center. So what I do is I go ahead and I take this, put some cardboard down on the ground to go ahead and cushion it and save it. But then what you're going to do is, since the PVC is really about, maybe 1/8 of an inch smaller than what the pipe is, you're going to go ahead and hammer it on using the rubber mallet. What I did is I made sure I hammered it on a good 5 inches, so then that way, first of all, I wouldn't have to worry about it slipping off, which is not going to, but it also gave the neck more stability, because then this way I'm adding about an extra 6 inches also to the top, to give myself that little bit extra height there, just because the least I have to walk that mast up, the better it is for my back here. Along with that, like I said, the glue really is totally optional. I like using the PVC cutter. However, if you don't have a PVC cutter, a simple hacksaw is going to work for it. You don't have to worry about your edges being perfect because they're going to be going in there and glued together. The closer you get it together, it might look a little cleaner, but it really doesn't have to be perfect here. So after you got this all together like this, you hammer this sucker on here good and tight. Then this ends up just slipping back in here. The nice thing with this particular speaker stand is this thing also tightens up here. So then when you do have it in your cap box or whatever for moving, you don't have to worry about that sliding out of there. As far as the rest of this goes, again, you make the pieces, kind of dry fit it. Once you're done dry fitting it, then what you're going to end up doing is I'm going to show you how to do this hot glue. Super simple here. So with using this hot glue, you're going to go ahead and just take, and you're going to just apply this around this edge like this. If you've ever done this before, you know that there is really no magic to this. That landscaper who did your plumbing for you, just was kind of making it out like there's something magical about this, but in reality, not. There you go, like that. You go ahead now, do this other side. You always want to do both sides just to make sure that you got a nice, good fit there. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. What I like to do then is put, so you have it like so. Now with the other side, we're going to just do the same thing. Nothing magical here. A little glue. A little this. A little this. Around here. And around here. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not actually going to be running any water in there. So, gotta make sure you have these pointing up. As close to straight as possible. And there you have it. Simple mast holder. I didn't do it perfect, but then all we're going to do is we're going to glue this sucker on here, and voila, like that, you have a mast holder. So, since I've already hammered this sucker on here, now all I got to do is glue this. This. Not as pretty as my friend Chris's. Not as perfect as my friend Chris's. However, it's going to be just as functional as my friend Chris's. Now the nice thing about this stand is once you get it put together like this, all you're going to need to do then is put it up. You'll be able to store this in your cat box along with your other sailing stuff. It'll be nice and simple. Once you get this speaker stand ready, you're gonna love it. It goes up super simple, stores nice and compact, and it's nice and sturdy. With this particular one, you want to first kind of pull your legs out here, and then you're just going to take and push this down. You got a set screw here on the top. You then can put your mast here, and then voila. For a shorty like me, this is awesome. It's way higher than I'd be able to reach, and the closer you move it to the boat, the higher your mast is going to go. So this is how you make a speaker stand into a mast holder, and you have to spend all of about $40. Well worth saving your back for years to come. I'm the Arizona Wildman. Just remember, you need to bear down, Arizona.